It's not as good as internet ads because internet advertising is direct. It goes from the page, from somebody's phone or laptop, straight to your customer or these businesses, and you can attribute. There's attribution. Okay, this one came from Facebook. I spent $500 on Facebook this month. I made $2,000.
Right. I had a radio advertiser call me, advertising sales rep call me. I have 20% stake in a restaurant south of Minneapolis, and he says, Joe, can I tell you what we have? And he showed me, he says, I can reach 15,000 people for you on our radio ads and on our display advertising that plays when people are listening to radio on their computers in their office. And the display ad was like 15,000 people it could reach, let alone another 15,000. And I said, so you're telling me I can reach 60,000 people, how much is it? $4,000. I says, what if I told you that last week I reached 100,000 people with $100 on Facebook?
Yeah.
And he said,
so 4,000 is how much he was charging businesses
for 30,000 reach.
To reach 30,000. You were helping businesses reach 3 times the people for
a fraction.
Not even about 5%.
Yeah,
less than 5%.
Not even comparable. And I said to him, I said, I really think you got to find another career soon. And he said, most businesses, Joe, don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But I do see that's a problem. I mean, he knows it is. I mean, he's a sales rep.
Yeah, you're getting in on the inside. If you learn how to do this, I'm going to put a link here below. Joe's out here at my house because he was nice enough to fly in from Virginia, where he lives, and record lessons for those of you who are in my how to get small businesses to pay you $1,000 to $10,000 to manage their social media test program. I have a program that I opened up for people. So you were recording lessons. I wanted to record a video like this for everybody just so you could learn, but I'll put a link. Now, the program, depending on when you're watching this video, right now it's currently not allowing new students to come in, but if you click the link below, depending on when you're watching this, it might be open, or it'll have a wait list email where you can actually learn, where I teach social media, what I've learned, I know how to monetize social media, and Joe knows how to bring, those skills specifically to small business niches that you could pick one of those niches and learn. So it's a 4-month program. You basically get certified at the end, so you could come in with no money or very little money and very little experience. Then in 4 months, learn from people like me, learn from Joe, learn from other experts on how you can start getting small businesses to pay you $1,000 to $10,000. It only takes 5 customers paying you $1,500, and now you have a 6-figure income. I mean, people go to university for a long time to figure out how to make 6 figures.
I went for a long time, and I didn't learn how to make 6 figures even.
Yeah. Well, average person coming out, America has $1.2 trillion in college debt. More than we spend on the military, more than the trade deficit. It's college. And people, the worst part is not all university and college is a waste of time, but for a lot of people, they come out 40 grand in debt, 4 years of their prime of their life, and they can't get a job.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you learn a skill, which in this case can be just Facebook advertising. Mm-hmm. And you literally can go to local businesses with that knowledge.
Yes.
And get them results that move the needle.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that that's 100%. So I can look at anyone 100%, a small business owner, and say, where are you at right now? Yeah. And what kind of marketing are you doing? If they're not doing any type of social media advertising or anything like that, I know without a shadow of a doubt that they'll never not pay me $1,000 a month to get them the sales results that they need.
Yeah. Unless they're hard-headed and or you don't want
correct,
them.
But at least I'm confident in knowing that I can help them.
Right. So you're basically saying anybody in the niches you serve, which right now is primarily restaurants.
Right.
If they're a going restaurant in business, you pretty much know if they're not marketing on social media, they can pay you $1,000, $2,000 a month, and you can make them way more than they're paying you.
Oh, every time. And and anybody watching this, particularly those that are either in your program or going to be getting into that social media agency program, I don't care how old they are.
Yeah.
They can, as long as you can go in and you can give that type of value.
Yeah.
6 figures is easily within reach.
Because you're now over 7 figures, over $1 million plus.
Yeah, one of the things that I want to do is continue to learn from people like you so I can get
to 8 figures.
Get to 8 figures.
You're trying
to
go to
level.
8. And that's good. And look, I always tell people, follow the rule of 10, which is figure out how to make $100 a month. Then quickly figure out, you can pretty much do no-brainer. You get your first client and say, instead of paying me $1,000, pay me $100, just to have one client, if it's a small client. But then you figure out how to make $1,000 a month. Then you make $10,000 a month. Once you make $10,000 a month, you make $100,000 a month, which is kind of at the level you're at, 6 figures. And once you figure out how to make $100,000 a month, you figure out how to make $1 million a month.
We had a we had a restaurant, a multi-unit restaurant franchise owner group that owned 34 Long John Silver locations.
Okay.
That paid us 15 grand a month.
Wow.
And we put a system in place to basically automate the same social media to all those locations, so it wasn't taking a lot of our time. But then we did do some local customization to all those 34 locations.
Right.
But they paid that $15,000 retainer a month for almost 2 years straight.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe longer than 2 years.
Yeah.
Every month.
Yeah, this is wide open. And one thing that I tell people, and I always thought like this when I was in business, if you are entrepreneurial minded, the odds are you're going to come up with many different ideas. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Jeff, they had many ideas. So what you want is to always be progressing up, and you have to be strategic in the small businesses you pick. The strategic thing about learning getting paid to do internet marketing for other companies is any idea you have for the rest of your life, you now know how to market your own idea. That's right. So people getting in the social media marketing agency test group, not only are they learning how to make money today, which is important, but they're also building up a skill
for any type
that
of business.
Next year, if you have an invention idea, you have you have an idea of an app or a store you want to open, retail, restaurant, you could do your own marketing.
Can I give you an example of that? So my wife has a hair bow business.
Okay.
And she
You mean like hair bows?
hair
Really?
bows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hair
And headbands for little girls.
Okay.
And she started this out of our home.
Yeah.
And she does have a couple of really cool deal sites that help her sell her, for a commission, they sell her bows, like zoolily.com and some of the big ones. And so I applied what I knew about Facebook advertising. Really, she was a big testing ground for a lot of this, to her business. And from 2012 till now, she's grown it to $1 million business.
Wow.
And the only money she spends on marketing and advertising is Facebook.
Yeah.
And she does this with one employee in our home who drives to her house every day, and it's her mom. Yeah. She puts her on a full-time salary. Her mom does an amazing job for the company. And she has $1 million business selling hair bows from her home. Yeah. Called Girly Boutique. Over 80,000 fans on Facebook.
And you, using your skills, were able to help your wife.
And in the course I teach, I actually show specifically how we did it. Yeah. To grow that business.
We just recorded that, by the way. Those of you in the test group, or click below that get on the waiting list or get in the test group, you were just explaining, like, we were screenshotting his laptop while screen recording, so you can see. Press this button on Facebook. Look for this. Doom. It's pretty. Man, I got started in early 2000s with internet marketing with just a course from Corey Rudel, which was not that in depth. It was basically like, all I remember is Google advertising is going to be good. So I figured it out all on my own. Nowadays, with all the things like this course and what you teach and even this free video here, I'm like, it's right there in front of people.
It is, yeah. They just got to learn it.
Yeah. And would you ever go back to the employee lifestyle after you have this lifestyle?
No.
What's your favorite thing about being your own boss?
I have 8 kids.
Okay.
So favorite thing is I coach Little League football, youth football.
Okay.
For my 3rd grade son.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, and you know this because you're a lifestyle guy.
Yeah.
In my case, I want to be able to call my shots when it's time to pick up my kids or be able to take them to the bus stop in the mornings or coach flag football, or in this case, my kid, both have 2 sons playing pad tackle football right now. I coached youth basketball for the first time last winter. To me, that's what it was about. Yeah. It was about time freedom to be able to do those type of things and call my own shots when I could work and when I didn't want to work.
Yeah.
So
now you get to travel.
Isn't that what it's about?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, life is made up of moments. If you don't like most of the moments,
change it.
you don't have a good life. People are always, there's something about the human brain flawed where you're always thinking my life will be better in 2 years, 1 year, and that just keeps pushing out. And next thing you know, people are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 going, where did it all go? Where did time go? And a lot of these opportunities, I'll tell you this, I don't know, I'll get your opinion on this. My opinion on the social media marketing agency concept as a business that you watching could potentially open up if that interests you. It's not going to be a wide open window forever, because as more and more people, that's part of why I have a test group that I limit the size. If too many people learn how to do it, then every small business you go to will already have somebody doing it. So the window on this thing, you know, it's hard to put exact time frame, but I would say this 7 years, and small, to me, 2012 was the big year when I think social media